So this video we're going to be talking about sensory integration processing disorder. So right now we're on the way to the autism store. So this is one of Keegan's favorite stores, or our favorite stores to buy stuff for Keegan. Keegan doesn't have typical toys that he actually likes, so we basically just gave away all the toys that we had from our typical life before seizures, and we know that Keegan doesn't process things typically as a normal child, so this store is amazing. I'll show you guys what we typically get from the autism store, just a few of Keegan's favorites. Obviously we'll show you guys more along our journey, because that's basically where we get all of Keegan's birthday, Christmas, any presents ever. Okay, now for the moment of truth. We always get new things for Keegan to see how he'll like different things. And this is a new Chewy we got there. I think it's a keeper. I thought you'd like that. I thought you'd like that. Look, Dad.
Hey, big guy.
Oh, you like that, huh? Okay, this is a different Chewy for you too. Are you listening to it? Ink. Look. Look. Whoa. Oh, that's a winner. Now he likes it.
So with Keegan being at 25 weeks with seizure control, we've been corresponding with his doctor, his neurologist, Dr. Joshi, of going down on his most powerful seizure drug, which is Onfi. We've gone down around 3 mLs already, and with going down on that, we still see seizure control, but we also see a lot of sensory integration issues come up.
So we recently just went to Keegan's pediatrician, and we started to learn more about sensory integration issues. So most of you could probably relate this to autism, and we talked with our pediatrician for a while last week, and if you're not familiar with autism, stimming, and any sensory disorders, stimming comes from stimulation, so that's a good way to remember it, because like for the life of me I was like, is it stimming, is it stemming, like, and it's stimulation. So basically Keegan seeks more stimulation than a normal person would. We just saw these weird things going on, like Keegan will be doing something, and in the middle of doing something he's just gonna close his eyes, and he's still doing whatever he was doing, he just closes his eyes while he's doing it. So it's not like it was bugging him or hurting him or harming him. He wasn't doing it in like any way that it made us feel like it was a self-harming behavior, but it was just a little odd. So that's what kind of originally brought up this whole conversation with our pediatrician. One of our therapists was a little worried about it, but she was not worried at all. She just said like he has an issue with integrating himself differently and processing things in a much different way. So when all of his senses are on overload, if he just closes his eyes for a minute, it allows his other senses to take over, and he can just visually just shut that off. We learned that vision is the most overstimulating sense that we have. You could just think like how many different colors and patterns and different things there are, and so if he can just shut that off for a minute, he can focus on whatever he's focusing on. So if he's closing his eyes outside taking pictures and stuff, it's just because he's just like, it's so overly stimulating visually. So that was a really cool thing that I think we figured out. These things are not weird for Keegan to be doing because it's so typical of the kids with his processing disorder. It's just the way that he's gonna navigate life. And so the biggest feelers are in your fingers and in your mouth, and he chews on his fingers and he's always putting things in his mouth. So he's just seeking that extra stimulation. So we just want to like talk more about that and talk more about why he does that, and that it's a total normal thing for kids like him to have these things. When you're dealing with so many seizures and then you start coming off very sedating drugs, they're gonna affect them. They're not gonna be the same kids that didn't have seizures. So it's great that we're gaining seizure control, but it's also kind of unveiling a lot of just like some new challenges. So it's always something that we're always gonna have to adapt and overcome. There's always gonna be things that arise, but these things that Keegan is doing are totally normal. They have a lot of chew toys, which Keegan's like super into. If you have a kid that has sensory integration issues and you want to look at swings and you want to look at flashcards or maybe different things for your therapies that you can use. I know our occupational therapist, she goes there. Keegan's back there like having a ball with that toy. But I know she goes there too, so it's like maybe just a resource for anybody that might deal with kids or have kids on the spectrum. Because the only other place that we know where to buy toys for Keegan is Amazon. So Amazon is super cool, but also that place is like 10 times cooler. All right, where are we on our way to now? Watching the progression of our home has got to be like the weirdest thing, because there's 5 of us that are all going up, actually 6 of us now, that are all going up together, and it's just one day they'll start over on these corner houses that we'll show you, and then the next day they're back on our house, and then the next day they're on our neighbor's house, which you would expect, but in the order and processes that they're going, then they like do it total reverse for the next trade. So I don't know how like, construction really works. I mean, I kind of like get it from a perspective, but I wish it was more like, oh, okay, my neighbors just got their windows in, so I'll get my windows in next. No, we got our windows in, then our neighbor's neighbor got their windows in, and then our neighbor got their windows in. But the guy across the street had his windows in, and then after all of our windows got put in, his neighbor got his windows put in. And then we're trying to predict roofing, because we got our windows put in first. We're gonna be the first ones to get roofed for sure. Like they have our windows in, they're gonna roof us. They've got to roof us. And so for the last week we've been saying that, and then our neighbor's neighbor got roofed first, and they started our neighbor, and then they came to a standstill on our neighbor and our neighbor's neighbor, and then started roofing the whole roof on the other side of the street. So it's like, I don't know, weird.
Oh no, my neighbor.
All right, another week's worth. We got our fake windows in. Those are all fake at the very top. They also just yesterday put in our front entry. It looks so nice. So now we have ducting going in, and obviously plumbing as well. And we got our little box. Oh, plumbing did start. Our sink will be in our island. So our island is actually so much bigger than this, because the sink is gonna be here. There's gonna be some pull out trash cans here. And then I believe I think our dishwasher's on the other side. I can't quite remember, but it will be this whole length, like it will mirror what it has on this side, also on this side, but this part will be filled with like trash cans and cabinetry and the sink. They also put our sliding glass door in. This is all the paperwork for OSHA. All right, let's go into the master because it really looks like plumbing has really gotten in here. So our master bath sinks, we have a double vanity. Obviously that's a drain for our shower, but our shower hasn't been hooked up yet. Let's go see. And this is Keegan's bathroom. This is where his sink's gonna be. It's where the bathtub's gonna be.
I like the plumbers, they did a very good job downstairs. Tied everything in very nice.
It's good to hear. Oh yeah, and then I forgot to tell you guys, but we have actually vaulted ceilings in our living room and in our master bedroom, so it's gonna look so nice.
And we've already bought all of our furniture and appliances.
Also, everything coming in this week from Amazon because I bought everything for decor too. So I think I might add some things, like obviously. But the majority of everything's bought. We're ready to freaking move in, like ready to move in tomorrow. If we could, home babe. There's actually a few available homes and we're just like, we wouldn't trade our house for anything, but we would want to be in as soon as possible.
So the plumbers kicked ass.
Yeah, and then it looks like ducting's all set up for this week, so these trades will be in and out. But Michael said it was really confusing when I was talking about our neighbor and our neighbor's neighbor. So let me just show you what I meant. So this is our neighbor, and they have like their roof like kind of done, and our neighbor's neighbor down there, I don't know how else to put it, they're the same way. So they like started on these guys, and then let's go take a look around because they're coming far too. It looks like, I don't know, maybe ducting's already been in there, and who knows about their house. But let's go tell you about the other neighbor that got theirs finished. So that one at the corner got roofed completely after our neighbor and our neighbor's neighbor already had theirs up. We're like, oh, for sure they're gonna get done, and then we're gonna be the next ones. And then these people just got done yesterday, so we're like, is that person next? Are we next? Are they next? Who knows? So everybody's coming right along. So our neighbors are definitely in. He's always in his garage with his shirt off, I swear. But nobody else has closed. They would have their private residence sign, but it does says everybody's name in their windows. Wow, they closed really early compared to everybody. The good thing is they're like moving right along with all the stonework and all of the siding on our block. So this is the beginning of our block, and they have all of their siding in, and they just got all of their stone shipped, it looks like last week. So they'll be starting on that. And all of these people have drywall up until this house, I believe, right here, that has the garage closed. And this person has their siding getting finished, and then our neighbor's neighbor, our neighbor, and us are the only ones to have the siding put on. So really exciting. The next couple of weeks to come.
So our homelander called yesterday and let us know that we have to do all of our final documentation and sign our life away. We are 60 days out from closing, and so we are very excited, and we cannot wait, but 60 days is a long time.
I feel like 60 days is a long time, but then like I've been watching other people's vlogs about getting into their homes, and they were not as prepared as we were. So it might seem early that we already have all of our furniture bought and everything for decor, but honestly that's all gonna be shipped in the months to come. And so like as soon as we move in, we're gonna have movers come in, deliver it all for us, and it's just gonna be smooth sailing. We're gonna have everything and be able to just like enjoy our new house. So it might be like stressful moving in, but we have everything already being organized. We're already starting to pack stuff away and like get rid of stuff that we obviously just don't need. So it's really exciting. Like we're so excited to just be in there already. So obviously it was kind of a long vlog because we thought my camera was broken this week, but really I just didn't know how to obviously change my memory card because it was full. We will continue to try to post videos every Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Sunday.
You're right. I don't know why I said that. We will continue to post videos every Wednesday and Sunday. Just a weird week. But if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If not, we'll see you on our next vlog.